Okay, let's get right into it. If you're running a business here in Australia, you know that getting found by local customers, well, it's everything. But let's be honest, the world of local SEO tools can feel like a total maze, right? So, in the next few minutes, we're going to decode the best tools out there so you can pick the right ones for your business and stop wasting time and money.
This is it. This is the question that probably keeps you up at night. I mean, you could have the absolute best service in the entire suburb, but if your customers can't find you when they pull out their phone to search, you're basically invisible. And that's the core problem we are here to solve today. Now, think about this number for a second. 35 to 40%. That is the chunk of all customer clicks that go to just the top 3 businesses in Google's local map results. Just the top 3. If you're not in that little box, you are missing out on a huge slice of the pie. The stakes here are incredibly high. So, what are we actually talking about when we say local SEO tools? Well, put simply, they're just software platforms that are designed to give you back control. They help you see where you rank, manage your online reputation with reviews, and make sure all your business info is correct everywhere it appears online. All right, before you even think about spending a single dollar, there are 2 tools you absolutely have to be using. They are the foundation, they are completely free, and they are totally non-negotiable. This is where every single local SEO strategy has to begin. So on one hand, you've got your Google business profile. The best way to think of this is like your digital storefront on Google Maps. It controls everything a customer sees: your name, address, your hours, all your photos, and of course, your reviews. Then, on the other hand, you have Google Search Console. This is like your website's direct hotline to Google. It tells you how your site is doing in search, what keywords people are actually using to find you, and if there are any little technical gremlins holding you back. You absolutely need both. They work hand in hand to build your online visibility. Okay, so once you've got those free essentials dialed in and you're comfortable with them, it's time to level up. Now we're going to get into the paid tools, the ones that give you that professional-grade data and automation you need to get a real competitive edge. But first, a really crucial point. Just throwing money at a bunch of fancy tools is not going to magically fix your rankings. These platforms are incredibly powerful, don't get me wrong, but they're powerful because they give you data and they save you time. You still need a smart strategy to turn all that data into action and, actual results. The best way to understand these paid tools is to see them as solutions to very specific problems. Problem number 1, where do I really rank? Not from my office, but from where my customers are searching. Problem 2, how do I know my business information is correct and consistent all across the internet? And problem 3, how in the world do I get more of those 5-star positive reviews systematically? To solve that first problem, you're going to need a rank tracker. Bright Local is a fantastic all-in-one option. It really covers all the bases. But if you run a service area business, think a plumber, an electrician, a mobile detailer, Local Falcon is an absolute game changer. It uses this amazing grid view to show you your visibility across an entire suburb, not just from one little dot on a map. It shows you exactly where you're strong and, maybe more importantly, where you're weak. Now, for problem number 2, keeping your business info consistent, we use what are called citation tools. A citation is really just any online mention of your business's name, address, and phone number. Getting this right is so critical. Whitespark is great for a hands-on approach. It actually finds where your competitors are listed, so you can get listed there too. If you'd rather automate things, Moz Local pushes your info out to the major data hubs. Think of them as the internet's modern-day phone books. And for the big guys, franchises, and chains, Yext is the enterprise choice, syncing your details across hundreds of platforms pretty much in real time. And finally, getting more of those great reviews. These platforms are key. Grade.us does something really clever. It funnels your happy customers towards public review sites like Google, but it directs any unhappy ones to a private feedback form first. GatherUp is great because it includes customer surveys, so you can catch issues early. And then you have Birdeye, which is a powerhouse for large-scale operations, and even uses AI to suggest how you should respond to reviews. Okay, I know, that is a lot of tools. So the question is, how do you choose? Well, the key here is to build the right mix for your specific type of business and your budget. It's really not about having the most tools. It's about having the ones that'll make the biggest difference for you. So, if you run a single shop, a cafe, a local clinic, your focus should be on simplicity and impact. Start with those free Google tools we talked about. Then invest in just one paid tool that solves your single biggest problem. If you're not sure where you stand in the rankings, get Bright Local. If you know you need more great reviews to build trust, choose a tool like GradeUs.
That's it. That's a really powerful and affordable way to get started. Now, for those of you managing multiple locations, the game completely changes. For you, it's all about investing in platforms that can handle complexity and scale. So you'll want a robust tracker, a listing sync tool like Yext to keep everything consistent, and a serious review management platform like Birdeye to handle the volume. And for all the agencies listening in, you know you need a comprehensive toolkit. Bright Local is essential for its white label reporting. That just means you can put your own logo on their reports for your clients. Whitespark is your go-to for running those really effective citation campaigns. And a deep technical tool like Screaming Frog is frankly non-negotiable for doing proper website audits. So you've picked your tools, you've got a bit of a strategy. What happens next? Let's talk about the payoff, what you can actually expect, and the final decision you need to make to bring this all to life. Look, results aren't instant, but they are predictable. In the first month or two, you'll start to see more action on your Google business profile. More views, more calls. Within about 6 to 12 weeks, your rankings in that local map pack should start to climb. And then, by that 3 to 6 month mark, you should be seeing a measurable increase in actual local traffic and leads. It's an effort that compounds over time. So ultimately, your choice comes down to two paths. Path 1 is DIY. Do it yourself. You can absolutely manage these tools on your own, especially if you can carve out a few hours a week to learn and execute. Path 2 is to hire a specialist. And this is the right move when you're short on time, if you're in a really cutthroat market, or if you're managing all that multi-location complexity we talked about. And that brings us to the final and most important question you need to ask yourself. This isn't just about the cost of the tools or the cost of an agency. It's about what your time is actually worth. And answering that one question honestly, well, that will tell you exactly which path is the right one for your business.